Hey, Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts. I'm back at the Academy in Beverly Hills, home to Martin Wheeler Systema and Higa Machado BJJ. The last time I was here, I got some information on the Systema approach to throwing a punch. Well, I'm back today with a question about partner practice. I don't see a lot of freestyle sparring clips on YouTube of people in Systema freestyle sparring, but I do see a lot of clips of slow motion partner practice. What's up with that? Let's find out. All right, I'm back with Menamy the Tsunami. Thanks for having me back, sir.
Thank you.
Are you okay there? Oops, sorry. The last video that we made together, we learned two things. One, a lot of people really hate Systema, in case you didn't know. And two, apparently I talk too much. So I've got a quick question, and then please just take it away. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Sparring. Where the heck is the sparring in Systema? Do you spar? And what should we know about what we're seeing in the Systema class?
Okay, so let me put it this way. Sparring has rules. Mm-hmm. There's no rule. There's no limitations on the street.
Right?
That's the premise. That's what we deal with.
Systema, you're working with a partner with no rules. So all targeting is fair.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Right? So we deal with anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. If we said, okay, you could do anything you want, then what happens? The training becomes chaotic, too chaotic, out of control.
Can be.
Yeah, someone gets hurt very quickly. You and I know when you spar, it escalates. It always escalates.
Clearly you've sparred with me.
Yeah, but you know, with almost
Do you think that's fair? I think a lot of people immediately put a comment into me like, that's not true, then you guys are training with jerks. Only, wild, crazy, drugged up beginners would be coming at you and losing their temper every single session. You kick those guys out of the gym first day. Is that really fair to all the people who are doing sparring out there? Let me just put that back.
Well, I'm not saying everyone. I'm just saying a lot of people, most people, right? I mean, even here, I teach BJJ and then, I tell them to slow down. A lot of times they think they are slowing down,
right,
but they're not really. So the difference may be, okay, can you go, say, at 20% of your strength and speed?
Mm-hmm.
How about 40%? How about 60%, 80%? And can you really differentiate all those?
That's interesting. So a person coming in thinks about fighting like they want to go fast because that looks like fighting, but then they don't even realize that you have to slow it down to learn other lessons. But by forcing yourself to go slow, I know you can go fast, but by forcing you to go slow, that you're opening up a different part of your learning process. So when you do go fast, hopefully you have some new tools with you. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. You're right. Yeah, a lot of people just don't know how to go slow.
Right.
That's
right.
funny.
And it's not just speed. It's also intensity. And you have to look at your emotional makeup as well. Once in a while you go 70-80%, but you can slow down back to 30-40%. And can you go in and out, that kind of a thing as well.
Right.
So you're not just one thing and then and then again.
Right.
That's
right.
If you go that way, it's more of a fighting than training. There's not much learning there.
Okay, but the slow practice opens up different type of learning.
Right.
So what does the slow practice give you that full speed sparring does not?
Okay. So when you go fast, your brain detects danger. Okay? And then it gives you tension in your body. It creates tension. It's the protection mechanism that we have.
Okay.
So this tension will interfere with your performance. I think we talked about this in the last video.
I believe so.
Yeah, it just it stops the energy flow. It stops your power from, say, expressing itself.
All right.
So what we're looking for is to be free from those tensions. So we can be free, we can be freer to do anything that's available in that moment. When you go slow, your brain feels safe. When it feels safe, you are relaxed. And when you're relaxed, you can see things and feel things that you wouldn't otherwise.
Okay.
Okay? So,
And that's able to be ramped up. So then the theory would be by slowing down, you can build better habits, right? Maybe make better decisions. And you would then believe that that carries over, that then if you do start ramping up, that stuff sticks at higher levels of intensity. It sticks with you.
yeah,
It doesn't fall apart.
basically. So if you notice, when you spar, you're making the same kind of movement over and over and over. Because you have the same pattern of movement that's ingrained in your body, in your brain. So when you go fast, through your subconscious, okay, it's all in your subconscious. You got all these movements. But when you go fast, you can't make those changes because you can't process it fast enough. So your subconscious provides you with all the things that you already know and do well. And that's why you repeat the same movement over and over and over.
Okay.
So if you want to change that, if you want to improve your movements, your reactions, and all that, then you have to slow down. You have to be relaxed. That means you have to be safe. That means you have to go slow. Otherwise, everything's just bypassing you.
Okay.
And then, once you get that done, once you get it working functionally, and then you can speed up.
Okay. Now, I should point out again, you have a black belt in judo, a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and you're certified in Jeet Kune Do, all that, right? So you've done high speed, high pressure, fuller power, sparring, rolling, grappling, and all that. So for you, coming into Systema, is that something that you're doing on the side that enhances all the other stuff? Or do you think if you just did Systema and you didn't have the judo background, you didn't roll, you didn't spar full speed, do you think that just the slow practice or medium speed practice or however you take it in Systema would be enough for a normal student to carry out into the world and be ready for something faster?
So eventually, everyone has to experience the high speed.
Okay.
You have to experience, say, realistic speed and intensity. Otherwise, you're just, doing calisthenic workout or something, right?
Okay.
So you have to experience that because it affects your body, not only your body, but internally, your whole being will be affected. Fear factor is a big part of it. You have to feel that, and then you have to deal with it. So yes, you do.
Okay.
You have to experience that.
Okay. So is it really just a question of training ratios? And if so, what's the ideal ratio for you, do you think, for a student?
Well,
fast versus slow?
Yeah, there's something called 80%, 20% rule kind of thing.
Pareto principle, something like that.
Right. So, yeah, we probably do 80% slow to medium speed training.
Okay.
And then maybe 20% speed and whatnot.
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment.
I don't usually see this in Systema.
Right. So I'm just going to show you the difference maybe. Because when you spar, okay, you wear all these protective gears, right? So that you can protect each other. So what happens is, even in a real match, what you do is you're going to hit the body, okay, hit the face. Okay, those are the, head and body. Those are the two targets you have, really, because by the rules, you can't really hit anywhere. Even if I'm allowed to hit somewhere, hitting the leg or hitting the back, it's not really effective because of all these cushions.
Okay.
Right? So what happens is I'm just shooting for the face, shooting for the body, and all this. So, and you do the same, right? And you end up on pounding on each other on those two targets, basically. Now, if you take the glove off,
The gloves come off. Now we're getting somewhere. That's why they say that, right?
yeah. So my hands are free, okay? So I can have any shape of my hand to strike or do other things. I'm not limited to within the glove to do something, right? So of course I can hit.
Thank you.
Of course I can hit, but I can hit that way, okay? I can hit that way, okay? I can hit the leg. So we hit the body. I hit the body with our bare hands. Not so much for the pain and the damage, but a lot of it is to break the structure of the person. Okay, so I can hit there and break the structure. Now it's hard to do it again with the glove, right? I can hit it there, and then I can go in, break the structure, and I can hit the back. So back hitting becomes more effective.
Okay. Because there's no rules and your hands-on can penetrate a little deeper. You can feel it better.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So all these tools, right? I can use my hand that way. I can use my hand that way. I can use my fingers. Okay. I can hit the balls. I can kick the balls.
Thank you.
Right. But all these things you can't study in, say, regular
If you're
sparring.
going full speed, full power, targeting the kidney, targeting the
Right.
groin, targeting the back of the
Yeah.
head, it's tricky.
Yeah. Exactly. The body too, right? The body too. So with the glove, there's too much
There's more?
cushion there. But
My heart.
But-
Okay.
with the hand, you can put more weight, and
Sure.
it can affect its structure. And then it's not just physical. It's more. You want to affect his internal as well. So physically, you can break the structure, but also you want to study how to break the structure of his internal being too. And
Okay.
then it just opens up. It's not just
So instead of looking at someone like a heavy bag, where it's just an object to hit,
Right.
you're actually studying this relationship of how this is affecting you. I have time to look at you and feel how you moved and feel how you breathe and kind of sense what your emotional content is at that moment. Is that fair?
Yeah, very fair, very fair. You said it. It's a relationship, right? So it's a human being to human being.
Yes.
I can't treat you as an object. So I have to think about who he is. And then you have to think about what am I really doing to him? Okay? In a ring fight, in a tournament, again, you have rules. Okay? You do whatever you do to win the fight
Right.
within the rules. That's your purpose. But when you're out there on the street, it's a little different, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a relationship between you and your assailant, or could be an enemy or a friend or whoever it is. It is a relationship.
Okay.
So can we switch the
Sure,
place?
please. That was my good side, but all right.
Yeah, this is my bad side.
Oh, okay.
So the way you hit, okay, even if I hit, okay,
Yep.
the way you hit, it affects his body differently. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, you can feel those are different.
Right. So here I can hit the face.
Yeah.
I can hit the neck.
All right.
Okay.
Now, just a minute. Because the other thing that you see in Systema demonstrations is one guy is standing like Superman in the middle, and everyone else is flying all over the place. So now I'm the one who's flying all over the place.
Exactly.
When
So-
you get to practice your part of the...
Right. I do. So you
Okay,
can
good.
hit right.
Oh, I don't want... Maybe one.
No, we do. So this is what maybe people don't like, because I'm just doing it.
Right.
Right, and you're not fighting back.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Inside, you've been
It is-
killed
I-
17 times already.
yeah, I understand it. Totally. He's not fighting back. So of course I can, hit him, smash him. But does it work? That's the question.
Right.
So again, we're not really looking for that.
Not in this exercise. It is an exercise.
It is an exercise. Most of it is an exercise. So
Right.
I can have him hit me.
Yes.
So if he hits me, I study how I receive the strike and how I can be comfortable with it.
Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll be hit again. I can be resisting, and then all this tension vibrates through my body, and I'm weakened. But if he hits me again. If I can relax my body, and if I can counter right away,
Yes.
it's more effective. So it's always both sides. It's not just attacking.
Okay.
So you do study both sides, right? But again, if you start speeding up, then it becomes a fight.
Right.
You're fighting in sparring, and then you can't see the things
Absolutely.
that you should see.
So for you, maybe it's like a graduate study to just slow down and really study yourself slower. But again, if you're a beginner, do you think a beginner should start slow, or do you think a beginner should get over those first fear hurdles and tension hurdles by kind of just being in the fire for a while and getting over that and then coming back to this? What do you recommend for like a beginner? Someone's watching this today, they've never done any martial art, they have a choice. Oh, there's Systema or boxing or MMA school, maybe a little bit of everything. What do you think?
It's up to you, but Systema is really good.
It's up to you. Thank you.
That?
It's up to you.
Right, it's up to you, meaning, we all have different likings and
Sure.
dislikings and so forth.
I'd like to stay alive. I want to learn to fight. If I have no experience, should I go into a Systema school?
Right.
Should I go into a Jeet Kune Do school?
Right,
Just based on you, your life, your experience.
Okay.
You have a kid.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put him?
Before we get into that.
Oh.
So, before we get into that, we're not really teaching you how to fight. We're more like teaching you how not to fight.
Wow, that's great. Say that again. That was great.
So, we teach you how not to fight, but you have to go through fighting to learn how not to fight in the fight.
Very cool.
Now, some people say, oh, what the is that? It's,
I understand, yeah.
yeah, I know. It's it may be too philosophical, but martial arts is the majority, the big part of it is really philosophy. Otherwise, it's just fighting. So if you study all the elements as a human being, that's your physical makeup and your internal makeup, your emotions, your overall consciousness, every element as a human being. You have to study that. Then you can study, you can start to find out how you can control the other person.
Okay.
But if you're just doing sparring all the time, you're just working on the physical part of it, and the rest is kind of not so much.
Not as accessible.
So, Systema is really good for beginners because you get hit. You learn to get hit. So when you talk about fear, you can deal with fear. Okay. In the beginning, of course we go slow. That's why slow, right? If I just start hitting fast and hard, you're not going to take the lesson. You're going to go, you're going to run away.
Yeah.
So we go. So that's why we start with slow, from the touches, okay, and then gradually go into slow hitting and so forth. So there's a really good progression. Systema training is all really progressions.
That's a good point. I get emails all the time from people who say, hey, I signed up at a gym. They beat the crap out of me. They knocked me out. I want to quit. What else can I do? So I think that's a fair point. It gives people a nice, safer way maybe. Still challenging, but a safer way to kind of be introduced to what it feels like to have pressure and pain and just kind of build up your confidence and feelings before you start opening it up. So that's a really valid point. Thank you so much for making the time for this. Where can people get a hold of you if they have further questions or complaints? Where would they find you?
Complaints, go to him.
Okay.
Praise, come to me.
Okay.
No, you can get in touch with me while I'm here at the Academy,
Here at the Academy
a lot
in
of
Beverly
times in Los Angeles. And I have my own classes as well on the weekend. You can go to systemalosangeles.com. You can email me at systemala@gmail.com.
I'll put the links below, of course. Absolutely. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much. Again,
Sure.
knuckle up over there. Okay. Ow. Slow down, my friends, and keep fighting for a happy life.